Happy Veterans Day, everyone. And today I am reading an article that I wrote called I Look Like a Veteran Too. And if you are one of the women, so-called invisible veterans, you might be interested in this. I Look Like a Veteran Too by Daniela Mestenek-Young. My first mistake was not backing into the reserved for veterans parking spot displayed outside Home Depot. Everyone knows real veterans back into their parking spaces, I thought as I saw the grumpy-looking old man put his cart away with a bang and march toward me. My second mistake was shifting my frazzled, whining toddler out of her car seat and onto my hip. "This is not the day, my dude," I muttered as he approached. I knew he would give me the what for. Parking was reserved for veterans, not their wives. And I was an Army wife. Part of the reason Toddler and I were so frazzled was because Daddy was deployed, again, to war in his role as a special operations helicopter pilot. I understood the dangers he faced daily from my own role as an Army intelligence officer deployed twice to Afghanistan in the famed 101st Division. Sorry, definitely should have put that on for Veterans Day. Okay, let's continue. I'd been out of the Army for less than 2 years and often joked that in one day I'd been demoted from Captain Mestenek to Mr. So-and-so's wife, name unimportant. I'd already become so tired of being what our culture has termed invisible veterans, a term that when we dig down just a little is the dog whistle for the females. We're the ones whose presence is erased every time another politician talks about our boys over there, or our guys in green. It was all over when Keg's Breath talked to the military leaders. People keep being like, the men. Excuse me, the men and the women and the theys, because they all serve honorably in the United States military. It's the women who have fought and died for our country in combat since the Revolutionary War, but who could not serve in full capacity for centuries. The combat ban was overturned in 2013 during my service, in part because of my service, which you can read about in my best-selling book, Uncultured, about growing up in the Children of God religious cult, going into the cult of the U.S. Army. Signed copies attached here, or you can listen to it on Spotify Premium or anywhere you get your audiobooks. Oh, I was going to let this guy have it. But before I could finish formulating my plan of attack, I noticed that he was smiling through his squinting. He held out his hand. I saw his VFW studded ball cap. At the same moment, I recognized that I was about to be recognized. I just wanted to say, his deeply rumbling voice, exactly what I had expected. I'm in awe of your generation for volunteering the way you have. Thank you for your service. I know I shook his hand, and I think I thanked him. As he walked away, I buried my face into my little girl's curly mop of hair so he wouldn't hear me burst into tears. While volunteering at a veteran service organization, I conducted an informal 2-year-long survey. With almost every veteran, I asked the same question. What is the first thing people say when they find out you are a veteran? For the men, a singular response, the almost universal automatic, thank you for your service. Very different for women veterans. Many different responses, most along the themes of, really? And, oh, you're way too pretty to be a soldier. And, you don't look like a veteran. Not to mention the leering, they didn't make soldiers that look like you back in my day. They did, you didn't let them in. Gross. Many of the women I spoke to shared they almost never volunteer that they're veterans outside of a safe space, for fear of one or the other of these degrading responses. The constant micro-invalidation are the thanks we receive for our service. Thank you for your service is a loaded phrase for most of us. As veterans, we have different feelings about this phrase. We can debate whether or not it represents real gratitude, and whether or not we can deserve that gratitude. But we can agree that it is recognition. Our generation all signed up voluntarily to stand in the gap between American citizens and whomever our enemies might be, a choice most Americans do not make. Changing the narrative, changing this stereotype is essential for our community, where women veterans often suffer suicidal ideology, disability, homelessness, and mental illness, among many other common veterans issues, at a rate of almost 5-to-1 to our male counterparts. Veterans who look like my husband get to be acknowledged and feel accepted, even with something as small and unquestionable as a parking space. Every time my husband and I attend an event where he is thanked for his service, while I am told that I don't look like a soldier, I'm forced to justify my service in a way that he is not. I look like as much of a veteran as my spouse, and so do my fellow sisters in arms. Women veterans are all ages and in all walks of life. You'll find us in your churches, your preschools, your conference tables, your neighborhood groups, your Fortune 500 companies, and your bookstores. We are directors, CEOs, teachers, mothers, daughters, friends. We are here working alongside you to better our communities. Stop erasing us into invisibility and see us for who we are. Veterans. Happy Veterans Day, everybody.